Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Lead Nudge. I am Silvia, your inclusive leadership mentor. For this week, I want to talk about something that we rarely admit, at least out loud. I want us to talk about that feeling of being completely drained, about that feeling when we are pushing through because our team needs us, but we are empty battery. It's not the first time that I hear about this, and that's how I know it was not only me with that challenge. The truth is that leadership and leading others can be exhausting because it means that we are responsible for not only the deliverables and the OKRs, but we're also responsible for emotional labor that sometimes cannot be delegated. When we talk about emotional labor, that means creating safe spaces for everybody, being mindful of the words that we use so everybody feels included, making sure that if somebody is low motivation, we're bringing that up, or we're giving tools for people to self-motivate. That's a lot of emotional labor. And there is a myth that great leaders, the ones that we consider great leaders, are always on. They're always with energy, they always have energy, they are always ready for what's next. That there is a myth that if we keep on pushing a little bit harder, we will catch up, right? That if we just keep on going, we will catch up with whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. But if you have been in the workplace for a couple years, you would realize that that does not happen. Work will always be there, right? And there is no one time in which we can say we have achieved everything. The work basically piles up, right? And it's an ongoing thing. My mentor actually calls it, we're stepping into a marathon that never ends. There's a study by Gallup that I find very, very interesting. And within that study, there was a finding that 44% of employees feel stress during most of their workday. So that's almost half of the hours that we're working. And that when we talk about leaders or managers, team managers, they even feel a higher stress level. Why I want to talk about this is because a burnout leader cannot coach, cannot connect. There is no space to see the bigger picture. So how can we be the best leader that we can be if we have an empty battery? Something that I want to make sure, and I talk about this with some of my mentees, is that our energy is not infinite. We're not made of an infinite source of power or energy. And that means that it's not a badge of honor to keep on running even though we are empty. At some point, we're gonna drop. So whose responsibility is it to keep that energy full or to keep charging that battery? It's our own responsibility. And a lot of times we don't get to hear about this often. So that's why I'm bringing this up, because your well-being as a leader is not about the company. This is your own responsibility. And when you as a leader are okay, are well rested, you have a full battery, or at least a medium to full battery, then you are able to make your team successful. So I want to bring a small action for this week. I want you to do a quick energy audit at the end of each day. And here are 3 questions that you can ask yourself. What gave me energy today? What drained my energy today? What can I do tomorrow based on these inputs? What action can I take? I don't want you to think that this is about fixing things right away. I would rather us to take a moment to think and reflect on what are some of the patterns that makes us feel fulfilled, and just start noticing what are some of the patterns that makes us drain as well, or some of the activities, right? Because over time, being aware will makes us design work rhythms that sustain us, right? So for now, I don't want us to start mapping energy, doing energy mapping. Let's take it one step at a time. For this time, it's more about reflecting what gave us energy, what drained us. The most important thing that I want you to remember out of this conversation this week is that as leaders, you cannot pour from an empty cup. We can only lead when we are full. So that's it for this week. Remember to lead as you are, with courage, inclusion, and heart, you all.